Winning strategies for franchising your business. Strategy number 4, adopting the right franchise growth mindset. As you become a franchisor, mindset is critical. It's the foundation from which you're going to be making so many decisions, whether it's about selecting the right franchisee, working with the right vendor, and decisions you're going to make to strategically grow from where you are today to a successful franchise system. And so how do you adopt the right franchise growth mindset? Well, let's focus on the basics. Why did you franchise your business? It's to grow your business, to grow your brand, to grow your sales, create scale, and leverage growth. And in the franchising world, how do you do and how do you accomplish all of it? Well, it comes down to one thing, which is onboarding qualified franchisees. Franchisees that you're going to train and support and that have the right mindset themselves, the right capital, and are going to go out there and succeed. They succeed, your franchise system grows. So the right franchise growth mindset, that foundation from which you're going to be making so many decisions, well, it should be focused on selling franchises to qualified franchisees. So how do you attract qualified franchisees? How do you sell to qualified franchisees? Well, from a mindset perspective, it's all about unit level economics, franchisee validation, who you are, your management team, your values, your vision, having a compelling franchise sales process, and understanding the value of incremental long-term wins as a franchisor. So this video is not about the tactics or what type of website to deploy or what type of vendor or what franchise sales marketing channel, but the mindset factors you need to be considering along the way as you reach out to grow your franchise system, as you onboard qualified franchisees. And number 1, it's unit level economics. Why do you need to understand the importance of it? Well, what sells franchises? At the most basic level, it's unit level economics. And what are they? Well, it's how successful your franchisees are. Are they making money? And as a new franchisor, we don't have unit level economics for franchisees. So it's mostly going to be about you, your company-owned outlet, the item 19 financial performance representations that we disclose in your FDD. Over time, as you add franchisees on, their unit level economics are going to be reported in your item 19, and they're going to become critically important. What's the gross profit margins your franchisees are achieving? How many territories are they operating in? What are the growth opportunities? So from a mindset standpoint, when we're starting off and launching your franchise system, your item 19 is important. And as you grow and sell franchises, it becomes even more important when we have franchisee data. So the number 1 mindset factor is understanding the importance of unit level economics. That'll be reflected in your item 19, your website, broker conversations, candidate conversation. Your most important task is in years 3 to 5 to have one of the most compelling item 19 financial performance representations of anyone in your industry. And from a mindset perspective, the way you're going to achieve that goes back to you onboarded the right franchisee, a qualified franchisee, you supported them, right? That's going to build the acceleration and growth in years 3 to 5. Number 2, second only to unit level economics, franchisee validation. And this is important for franchise brokers also. So from a mindset perspective, understand the future of your franchise system. In addition to number 1, which was unit level economics, is number 2, which is franchisee validation. Meaning if a broker contacts or a franchisee candidate contacts one of your franchisees, what are they going to hear? Validation means your existing franchisees are going to affirm and say, this was a great decision. I'm glad I made it. I'm glad I became a franchisee. The franchisor does what they say they'll do, and it's a valuable system. That's where the wins happen. Your first 2, 3, 5, 10 franchisees, if they don't have the right unit level economics and they don't validate you as a franchisor and franchise system, well, you're not going to grow. And if they do, you're going to be creating a great opportunity. Number 3, who you are, your management team, your values, your vision, your culture. As a startup franchisor, your management team may be just you right now, but over time, you're going to be adding to it your values, your vision, your mission as an organization, your culture as a franchise system. When we speak with franchisees and ask them why they chose franchise A over franchise B, one of the top 3 reasons they include is their connection with the management team, their connection with the founders, their connection with the mission, their connection with the founder's vision of the franchise in the future, right? As a startup franchisor, an important element is communicating the pathway forward for success and the future vision for success for the franchise system and your individual franchisees. And as a startup franchisor, you need to lean very heavily on your founder story. You don't have the franchisees to validate yet. So you need to be the validation, why you started the business, why it's transformed your life, and what it means to you to own and operate the business. So you need to build that connection with your franchisee candidates. You need to focus on the transformation that the business created for you and will create for franchisees in the future. Mindset perspective, you also need to understand that process is critical. When you're communicating with franchise brokers, when you're communicating with franchisee candidates, the process you follow communicates your organization and your ability as a franchisor, and it's going to reflect on you. So often a pain point for startup franchisors, if they're not guided the right ways, they don't know how to react or respond to requests from brokers or potential franchisee candidates, or worse, they've worked with a franchise developer that has this outdated process with these long presentations. You need a process in place, which is a franchisee candidate contacts you, your email response, the first phone call you have with them, presentation you deliver to them, follow-up call, maybe a discovery day, and a closing process. In one of our videos, we interviewed Lisa Welko, an amazing franchise broker. And one of the most important things she conveyed is that no one ever wants to buy a franchise, right? They're not speaking with you to buy a franchise. They're speaking to you about buying a business. The other part is in the process where you're qualifying them, you also should be listening to them. The frustration or pain point they're experiencing in their life and the reason why they reached out to you, their expectations, and what they're looking for. So your process really needs to understand why your candidate came to you and what they're looking for, and needs to be organized, because if it's not organized, that's going to reflect on the organization of your entire franchise system. And it's going to create a lack of confidence with brokers who spend money, spend tremendous amounts of time qualifying leads. They're not going to recommend a franchisee candidate to you if they don't believe you have the right systems in place or the right process. And the 5th mindset factor is understanding that as a franchise, it's about incremental long-term wins, right? Right now, you're launching your franchise system. Year 1, year 2 should be all about focusing on these mindset factors, right? It should be focused on attracting qualified franchisee candidates. Initially, they may be within your organic reach, people that know your brand, are fans of your brand. It should be about onboarding those initial group of franchisees, helping them achieve amazing unit level economics, supporting them so they validate you as a franchisor. And so now you have your initial group of franchisees, good unit level economics, which come into the FDD in item 19. They're validating, they're saying, hey, this was a great decision, which helps attract brokers and helps you close deals. And as an organization, as you're growing with your franchisees, you're focused on your management team, supporting your franchisees, coaching your franchisees, your values and vision for your organization, which again, from a mindset standpoint, should be focused on, as your moral compass, unit level economics, franchisee validation. So if you're focusing on unit level economics validation, well, now as part of your management team, your values, your culture, maybe that means you're on a monthly or quarterly basis coaching franchisees, reviewing their financials, helping them with their marketing, right? These are mindset factors that are going to create success. Number 4 is process, and understand it's going to improve over time. So your website, your founder story, and your process for having those conversations with franchisee candidates. And again, we have some great videos on how to qualify and speak with candidates and what you should be focused on. And the next is understanding the value of incremental wins and consistent improvement. What your franchise system is today will be very different a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. You're a startup franchisor, right? Your operations manual is going to evolve over time. Your franchise sales marketing channels are going to evolve over time. Your FDD, your Item 19 financial performance representations, they'll evolve. But from a mindset perspective, just understand it's a continuous improvement process, right? So you're going to be making consistent improvements. You don't need to have everything perfect today, but you should always be focused on improving everything. If you're focused from a growth mindset perspective on unit level economics, franchisee validation, your management team values and vision, process for communicating with brokers and franchisees, and your incremental long-term wins, well, you're going to win at franchising.